Hi everyone, Claudia here from Light in Clarity. I thought I'd come on today and talk a little bit about my journey and some instances I've had being clairvoyant and how it is I came into being into the business that I'm in, the world that I'm in. So one of my earliest memories was when I was about 2.5, 3, hearing and speaking with my spirit guides. Now when I channel for a client or for myself, the guides stand in my heart center. So the archangels who are working with you, who come in for the reading or for the healing, for the course that I'm running. Same with your spirit guides, your ascended masters. For me, they come into the heart center. Sometimes they'll stand outside my aura, but it's in the heart center. And I remember that channeling. I was in the backyard and I was channeling my spirit guides. They were talking to me, and they're the spirit guides that I have today that I recognize and that I commune with. They said to me at that point, they said, you're not going to be able to hear us very much in the time to come. They indicated to me, they said, you're getting older and you will not be able to hear us so much. I got very upset. I remember becoming very upset when they said this, and I called my mother into the backyard and I said to my mother, I couldn't explain spirit guides, I couldn't explain who it was and why I was upset. She didn't understand what I was talking about. My abilities come through my mother's line, but the women in my family have had it, my grandmothers. They didn't have a name for it, they just knew they could read people. And my mother certainly didn't know about spirit guides, but she just knew she could read people. She knew who was lying and who wasn't and what they really thought. That's being clairvoyant. And she didn't understand me, she couldn't comfort me about it. And I remember just feeling very abandoned, that I wasn't going to be able to hear them because they were such a big lifeline for me. And I also used to play with little kids in the backyard that had passed, and they would come into the heart centre because I'm a medium as well, and they'd say, we're here, and I'd say to my mother, I'm going outside to play with my friends. Now my brother was at school, he's 6 years older than me, and she said, okay. She laughed, and I would go and I would play with this little girl who had brown straight hair in a bob to here in the backyard. And there was sometimes it was up to about 3 or 4 kids in the backyard, and they were about the same age as me. They were 3 and 4. And we were all playing. And I remember my mother coming out one day and saying, come on Claudia, come inside, it's time for lunch. And I said, no, I'm still playing with my friends. And she just looked at me and she said, there's nobody out here. And I looked at her like she was crazy. And she was looking at me amused. And these little ones looked around, I said, they're here, there's like 4 of them. I didn't say 4 of them, but there was 4 of them. And I said, okay, I have to go inside to eat now. And they said, okay. And they would pop off. Yeah, and for me it was very normal. And it was clear I was in my own world because nobody knew the world I was in, because I presumed what I could see, you could see as well, being a little girl, yeah, of 3 and 4. Naturally, children do. And they often say kids remember their past lives up to the age of 3, and I used to ask my children, where they were before they were with me and hear their answers. So it's always been very interesting. My children have had their own experiences where they've seen the archangels and the angels, and they were very little. And I never brought it up, I never said anything, and they would say, oh mum, the angels are here. And I'd be like, really? Or mum, the man's back, or the lady's here. And I would have to tune in and see that that's their spirit guide that's standing with them and reassuring them as well. So there's been instances, we all have had them, whether you remember them or not, we've all had them, that connection with spirit. What else did I want to say? So I began my journey. I've always been spiritual, but my abilities started opening up when I lived in Western Australia some years ago, and I joined the Spiritualist Union Church, and I started doing mediumship for the church. So I was a student, and I would stand up in front of a big crowd of people, and I would have to do mediumship as part of the course that I was sitting in with the teacher that ran the mediumship church, and once a week we would get up and we would do mediumship. So I'm quite well versed in mediumship, and I do mediumship in my readings for clients as they ask, but it is something that is a part of the reading. It is not something that's the whole reading. Anyway, so that was me, and from there on my spirit guides started to come in, and the ascended masters, the archangels, and they would talk to me. And I loved it, that commune again, and I had that time to commune with them and to allow my abilities to become fine-tuned, because the more you use your third eye, the more you allow spirit in, the more you trust what you're receiving, you will receive more information. It allows your spirit channel to widen. It allows your the angel channel that you have that connects with the archangels to widen and to strengthen as well. One of the other things I wanted to say regarding this, I love my abilities because it allows me to receive information that I need. I had a reading with a lady some years ago. I asked her regarding a situation in my life, how I was meant to heal this situation and what I needed to do to get there. She wasn't able to give me that, and I've been to a number of readers, and really a good reader is able to look at the situation, see clearly what's there, give you what's there, allow Spirit to speak through them as I do, and give you the steps that you need to resolve whatever is there, or whether it's going to be resolved or not, and how to move on from there. These women didn't seem to have these abilities, these skills. I am a clairvoyant and a healer and all the rest of it in that regard, where I do bring this into readings. When you're asking me for help on issues, Spirit will bring through steps and processes and tools that allow you to heal whatever the issue is, whatever the situation has been, and give you clarity as to what and how to proceed. Yeah. So I went home and I said, no, that's it. You know, that's why I don't have readings with other people very much at all. And I channeled it and I said, how do I heal this situation? They gave me the steps. I had, who was it that came in? It was my spirit guide, Martha, I call her. She came in and she gave me the steps. And I said, okay, now while I'm implementing these steps, how long before this situation is resolved? I ask so many questions to them because I like to be clear. And they gave me the season, which is how they do with clients that have readings with me. And I applied the steps that were given, and she was correct. When the summer season came in, I was able to resolve that situation with those people. And I really, really appreciated her input, and I really valued my ability to be able to not just assist my clients, but assist myself. I teach clairvoyance. I teach clairvoyant 1 and clairvoyant 2. Both those courses offer a lot of deep healing, and they really do progress you forward. I teach you how to channel for you, for yourself, so you're able to hear the archangels, the ascended masters, and communicate with your spirit guides. In clairvoyant 2, I teach you how to connect with your higher self, your oversoul. It is such an important ability to do that. There is a lot of growth within you whenever you work with me in terms of that, in terms of those courses, even in terms of having a healing and a reading. The words that come through me, that Spirit speaks through me, are laced with healing. And they bring that naturally, that healing comes into your aura, and when you go, you feel naturally better. And changes start to come in and start to implement. And you're able to start implementing what it is that they were suggesting that you do in the way of helping you. What else did I want to say? So I am clairvoyant, I'm able to see. I'm clairsentient, I feel. I'm clairaudient, I hear. I'm claircognient, I just receive the information, it just comes in. I'm also medium as well. I'm able to see very clearly. I'm one of the most accurate psychics that are around, that I've had clients say, you're one of the most accurate psychics and clairvoyants that I have, and they come to me. I don't spin the wheel of fortune. You don't come to me to find out if you're going to win Tattslotto. You come to me if you've got issues. I work with people who come to me with their issues, and that is the way in which my gift works, and that is the way in which Spirit works through me. When I was living in Western Australia, I had Mother Mary, Jesus' mother, I had Master Merlin coming in, Archangel Michael, and the three of them said the same thing. They said to me, and I'm holding a baby on my hip, that's one, and I've got a 4-year-old, and they're saying, you are a teacher, and we need you to start teaching. You are to teach. And I'm like, this is lovely. I've got a dummy in a mouth with my son on my hip. I've got the one who's 4 in kinder. I said, how on earth do you suggest I do this right now? I can't do this right now. But I understood what they were doing. They were preparing me for 2 years ahead. And 2 years later, I opened my business Light and Clarity. I was also working in a psychic shop in Perth, doing readings 1 day a week to have that experience. And it's not something I want to do again. I don't like doing shop readings. I prefer to do them. People who come into shop readings are coming to spin the wheel of fortune. They don't necessarily want to do the work on themselves to get to where it is they want to go. If you do choose me for a reading or a healing in the future, or you have done, anyone who does, you choose me on a subconscious level or even on a conscious level because you want to grow, because you're prepared to grow, because you want to move forward, and you know that growth is there. or else you wouldn't come to me, you wouldn't be attracted to me. I'm a speech channel, I don't use cards. I allow spirit to speak through me. So either one of the ascended masters who's working with you most prominently will step forward, or if it's an archangel, if it's your spirit guide, one of them will step forward for the reading, and there'll be a few of them that will step forward for the healing as well. And I am a healer, I am a strong healer. We bring back fragments that have broken off, that you have let go because of certain trauma. We bring that back. We bring you back to your center. We bring you back to your wholeness. We assist you with releasing patterns that have been long held down your family line, down your ancestral line, what has been passed down. We look at breaking that. We look at clearing that so you're able to walk your own timeline, your own path. We also look at anything else that needs to be looked at. Why is you're moving through some physical difficulties at the moment, what that relates to spiritually, what that means. Also what you've brought in with you from past lives, emotions, feelings, where there are holes in the aura. When we've been traumatized, it creates holes in the aura, and that allows different energies in that are not of the highest light when we have that. So we look to repair that. There's a lot that I do. I work with the Akashic Records as well. We bring in a lot of energy codes, your own spiritual energy codes. We bring in the abundance codes. We bring in a lot. There is a lot that I do. We do a lot of inner child healing. We bring the inner children from other past lifetimes where you have suffered. And we are quite complex. We're not aware of how complex we are. And our auras carry all the information of all the incarnations we've ever had. It's really quite amazing how it is that we are, and how it is that we can actually heal and move forward and create that abundance, create those manifestations that we want. Is there anything else I wanted to bring up as well? That's really it. I'll be bringing out at the end of April a meditation course that's going to go for about 8 weeks. It is quite a deep healing, this meditation course. It's going to bring you very far within yourselves in terms of healing, in terms of growth, in terms of also being able to manifest. When we heal, we manifest better. You know why? Because we believe we are deserving of what it is that we want. I often see clients and they'll say, why isn't this coming? Why am I moving through this? And I'll have to gently look, and I gently am prompted and shown they don't believe they deserve this. And I will bring that up with the client, and then they will squirm a bit in their chair and they'll look at me and they'll go, that's actually true. And I say, but you've told me you want this, but you don't think you deserve this. Whatever this is, whatever this type of love is, or type of lifestyle that you're wanting, or whatever this is. And then we look at where it was born, you feeling not worthy of having that particular thing. And we go into the past life, and we often do past life releasing. And that's what comes into a healing as well with the client. Sometimes I'll do a bit of past life releasing in a reading as well, as prompted by spirit. There's a lot I'll be doing in April in my course. I will be advertising it at some point in March. It goes for 8 weeks. It's quite a deep course. It's quite a deep healing. If you've had some deep-seated patterns, if you've been moving through pain, if there's been issues that you've really wanted to resolve, or if you're just wanting to move forward within your own life and you think, I just don't know what to do and how to get there, this is a brilliant course that I'm offering, and it will be end of April that it will come out. They will be sent out as a series of recorded healings, so you don't need to be with me live. They seem to work really well for everyone around the world, and you can do them in your own time. I'll probably be sending them out on a Friday, and you can listen to them over the weekend. I keep it up for a week, and then the second week I send out the next one. So each week you will receive those series of healings. And I work with each person in the session. You will hear your names called. You will hear what Spirit is doing. You will hear what we are clearing within you. Everybody is listened to. Everybody is supported. It's not just a generic, I'm going to, read something out and everybody takes it. We are going, everybody, I will work with each of you differently, and you will hear your names called. If I have a big group, I tend to break those two groups up. And I work with both, and one lot gets, Group A will get one with the first recording, and Group B will get the first recording as well, but they're different for each because there's different people, and I have to work with each of you, and it's the way in which my abilities work, and it's the best that you can get in terms of having a healing, so you receive the most out of what it is you've invested in for yourself. Many blessings. I'll see you all again this week. Thanks, everyone.